Hello students, in this video we are going to learn real numbers. Before we understand real numbers, we will recap what we know earlier. We already know about the following numbers. For example, we know about natural numbers. How it will be represented by? It will be represented by n. And also we know whole numbers. Whole numbers will be represented by W. And integers, it can be I or Z. So you can represent with any of these letters. And also you know rational numbers, it is denoted by Q. And irrational numbers, IR or Q bar. So this is the notation for each of these numbers. Now we will understand what exactly each set consists of. So let us go with one by one. First of all, if you talk about natural numbers, so how your natural numbers will get started? Natural numbers will get started from 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So this is natural number set. If you talk about whole numbers will get started from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. If you talk about integers, it will be like, let's say if I denote it with Z, there will be negative numbers, let's say minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. And if you look at, there are negative numbers, positive numbers and 0 is also there. Similarly, if you talk about rational numbers, so rational numbers definitions you already know in your previous classes. That is a rational number which you will be writing in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0 and P comma Q belongs to integers. It means it should belongs to integer set. So if you know these definitions, you may already understand like why Q not equal to 0. For example, if I say Q not equal to 0 means, for example, if you take an example of 3 by 2. So your P is 3 and Q is 2. If I take 5 by 0, if I write the denominator as 0, if it is Q, if Q is equal to 0, this value becomes infinity. That's the reason we should specify that Q should not be equal to 0. That is the definition of your rational numbers. And finally, you know there are a lot of examples you have seen for rational numbers. You can write positive as well as negative. For example, if I say minus 3 by 2, this is also rational number. 5, this is also rational number. How 5 will be a rational number? You can write it as 5 by 1. And irrational number. So irrational numbers is the next set where you will not be writing this in the form of P by Q. So those examples will be root 2 or root 3 or root 5 and all the numbers whatever you write it in the root, these are your prime numbers. Okay, so once you understand these definitions, we will see how your real numbers will get formed. So when you say real numbers is a combination of rational numbers plus irrational numbers. Rational numbers is denoted by Q and irrational numbers denoted by Q bar. So this, if you wanted to write it in mathematical representation, the same thing, plus you can write it as Q union Q bar. Union means this plus this. That is the meaning of union. You will come to know the union definitions also in our next classes. Now, if you look at closely, the natural number set 1, 2, 3, 4 and whole number set 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means what is additional here in the whole numbers? You will have 0 extra, right? That means n is your n, the natural numbers is subset of W. So similarly, W is having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what it is having, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But Z is having both, along with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, it is having minus 1, 2, 3, 4 also. That means it is bigger than your W. That means W is a subset of Z. Like that, you can represent that in a notation format. Let's see it in the number line in the next slide. We will understand how to do that. Okay. If you look at the number line, see here. So this is your real number system, where if you talk here, 1, 2, 3, 4, this entire part denotes your natural number. And if you start with 0, it will denote your whole numbers. If you look at both positive as well as negative, this is negative part and this is positive part. This entire thing is your integers. And now if you look at root 2 is an irrational number where you will be having 1.414 is the value, root 2 value. So now what we are going to do, see, this is fifth, 1, 2, in between 5 will be there. So 1.4, that is what the notation. Okay, you no need to worry about all these things, just trying to understand how you will be having the relation. So what is the relation between natural numbers and other? Natural numbers is subset of whole numbers. Whole number is subset of your integers. Integers is subset of rational numbers, and your rational numbers plus irrational numbers forms your real numbers. So this is what you need to understand before we move on to our real numbers chapter. Okay. So hope you understand what is a real number system, and we will learn so many other concepts in our next videos. Along with this, you also need to understand one more concept before we go to actual real numbers. We need to understand the division algorithm. So let's go and understand what is division algorithm. So division algorithm, you people already aware of it. If you look at, I am dividing 8, my divisor is 8 here. Okay, so 15 is my dividend. So if you look at, this is my dividend and this is my divisor, and this is my quotient and this is my remainder. So 8 how many times in 15? 8 ones are 8, remainder is 7. So now if I apply the division algorithm formula, see here, first we will understand 15 is our dividend, that is A, if I assume that as A, and 8 is my divisor, that is B, and quotient is Q, this is 1, and remainder is R. So now the formula is A is equal to, my 15 is equal to 8 into 1 plus 7. That means A is equal to BQ plus R. That is what our division algorithm says. So A is equal to, A is your 15 is equal to BQ plus R, where 0 less than or equal to R less than or R less than only. That is not always correct. So you can say 0 less than or equal to R less than Q. So this is not correct. Okay. So when you say 0 is the number, the R is your remainder and Q is your quotient. So when you say R, that belongs to whole numbers. It could be sometimes 0, the remainder may be 0 sometimes, or it could be less than the number. For example, if I take another number like 16 and 8, so 8 twos are 16, 0. See here, R value equal to 0 here. That's what I'm saying. So R. So that means your R value is equal to 0, or R value greater than 0. So that is what we are saying in the division algorithm. And A, B are belonging to your integers. Okay, so this is what your division algorithm. So these are the basic concepts you need to understand before we understand our real numbers. Thank you for watching.